home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm gonna give y'all some time to come in the building. Let me get just a little bit of light here, just a little. Oh boy, give y'all some time to come in the room. Y'all do me a favor, hit the like button on your way in the building. Punch the like button on your way in the building, y'all. Let me go with the live chat. What's up, Carter? What's up, Finn Drew? Y'all punch that like button for me so the notifications will get sent out. California, Mr. Fanatic, what's going on? See y'all coming in. Like I said, I'm on a cell phone. We ain't got all the pretty nice production. But while we're down here at training camp, we gonna do what we gotta do what we do. Shout out to Hollywood. What up, y'all? Q, I see you, homie. Noah Kingsley. I've been waiting on the sideline. What's going on? I see y'all coming in. I'm gonna give y'all I'm gonna give them about 50 more seconds and we'll get started. I'm gonna try to have this show for just no more than about 45 minutes to an hour. Y'all let me know where y'all from in the comment section. Let me know where y'all from. I know it's a lot of people that's gonna tune in. If y'all hit that like button, we had 1,060 people watching the live stream earlier today. That was the training camp coverage live, and we got another 100 subscribers that joined the channel. So welcome to all of those individuals. Usually we got a much cleaner, much better production, but we're on the road training camp. You know, I ain't got the whole setup and all of that. We're just giving it to you raw, man. I see you from Lake Worth. Fort Myers in the house, North Miami. Connecticut in the building. That's what's up. North Carolina. My wife told me somebody from Egypt was watching. I was like, man, we worldwide, baby. Belfast, Ireland in the building. Hit that like button. All right, y'all. I want to go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and dive in. Um, I want to go ahead and dive in and talk about today's practice. I really let it soak in. Um, and it's a lot of talking points that I have that I want to go through. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not upset, but I am highly disappointed in the way things shaped out today. Training camp, it was kind of underwhelming to me. And I guess the problem is I'm comparing it to last year. You know, there was a lot more excitement. Like it was lit at the beginning with Zach Thomas, the players, everything was lit, but practice just felt so lackluster today. Like, I don't want to say boring, but boring. Um, like, I mean, when you really think about it, where's the big play? Like, there were two today, right? One of them came from Mike White, which was a nice pass to Waddle, right in the bucket, and the other one was Tua. Had a lot of time to throw the ball. Usually in training camp, after 5 seconds, they blow the whistle. I don't think they blew it this time, so it wasn't a sack technically. Um, and the ball hung in the air. Tyreek slowed down, the weight on it. It's all good, you know. And Fangio had one safety back there. Other than that, other than that, I'm finding a hard time to remember anything else explosive. And we did a live stream earlier on training camp. Do y'all remember anything else that was explosive other than those two plays? I'm just curious. Shout out to Charles. Michael Sinclair said, gun to your head, who's winning week one? Right now, gun to my head, the Chargers are going to win week one. Right now. By the time week one come, that can change. And you know what? You just asked the perfect question, and I want to explain why. You're helping this stream because I'm going to explain why. It's the frustrating part. Fangio's defense gives our offense trouble. They run that system a lot with the Chargers. And they showed you last year that they know what to do versus our team. They know what to do. And when I see Tua out here right now, he don't know what to do. Now I saw somebody's comments in the comment section, other channels reporting that we had a championship practice. I don't even have to say anything because I went live from practice and showed y'all. The problem I think we're having right now is the fact that people are using the one-on-one receiver versus corners as a big sample size of how good or bad practice was. We sat here and I went live from training camp. I was being fair, I was being honest, telling y'all everything was happening, but I gave you video. Y'all were watching it along with me. I was showing y'all the plays I was seeing. And let me add some context to training camp today. Yesterday there were 12 sacks, and Fangio brought the blitz packages. Fangio didn't bring no blitz packages today, but there were like 6, 7 sacks. And people are like, it was better than yesterday. Technically, it wasn't. It wasn't productive, and they weren't even blitzing. And I don't understand what people are talking about. Today was a great practice, and our quarterbacks were cooking. No. No. No quarterback, not even Mike White, got in a rhythm to where they were dominating and just eating up the defense today. None of that. And people are asking, were they coverage sacks or were the D line? It was both. It was more coverage sacks though, but that tells you it was but no, it wasn't. See, I've been looking at my own film and I was going back because you can't catch everything at camp. I was looking at some of the coverages. The ones that were coverage sacks, we were missing reads because there were opportunities where we didn't throw it quick enough, so we held on to it. It's like that's your read, but the hesitation, nope, we didn't throw it. Go says, stop spreading misinformation. It was a great practice. I wonder what was great about it. You think I care about one-on-ones? The only thing I care about were 11 on 11s. There were like 3 or 4 segments of 11 on 11s. One segment was the red zone starting at the 15-yard line. And Tua threw a nice wheel route to like the corner of the end zone for a touchdown on the right side. He threw a 2-yard pass to his tight end on a fake handoff. And the tight end ran another 13 and went to the pylon. That was early in practice. And the other two plays were no go. It was an overthrow in the back of the end zone, and then there was a pump fake, got Jalen Phillips in the air, and then dumped it off in the flat for like 5 yards, baby. That was one series, and that's what you consider the good series for Tua. The next series, they started at the 25, and he couldn't do anything. He could not move the rock. Excuse me. The next series, we actually started on the 25 of the left side. That's when he threw the deep ball to Tyreek, and everybody already talking about that, how short it was. It didn't get there fast enough. Then after that, on that drive, honestly, I don't remember nothing that happened, but it wasn't anything successful. There was a sack. They ran the ball a little bit. Nothing special at all. Nothing happened after that. Then the next Tua drive, he was on the right side of the 25, and that was the worst series you can have. First play, first play was the Cam Smith breakup that he knew if he would have just stepped up sooner, he would have got a pick. The next play right after that, if I'm not mistaken, was what's his name? The linebacker, the new one, David Long. Tua throws in the middle of the field. It's right in David Long's both of his hands, and he can't hold on to the catch, and it plops up in the air. Another should have, well, that one should have been an interception. The one by Cam Smith, that would have been a tough to make the interception, but it was a pass breakup. But he knew he should have went earlier for it. But that was two plays in a row that he basically threw a pick, and the next two plays were sacks, and he ended his reps getting absolutely nothing. A whole series of 4 plays with 2 almost picks and the other 2 holding on to the ball and getting sacked. And the last series for Tua was at the 15-yard line on the right side of the field for end zone work, and he couldn't get in the end zone. But let me tell you what's going on. This is the sad part about practice on social media. Thank God for Omar Kelly, because people would have been calling me a hater. They still calling me that anyway, because they calling him one now. But they got highlights on Twitter of a touchdown pass to end practice. Tua to a wide open receiver in the end zone, touchdown. And everybody in the caption, that's how you end practice. That play was over 4 seconds before he even threw that touchdown. The play was a sack. They can't touch the quarterback in camp. They run past him, put their hand up, and say that would have been a sack. And Tua's job is not to stop and say, dang, I would have got sacked. He has to play on, because you won't want to waste a rep. You don't want to, it was a sack, next play. No, you want to keep going and let the receiver throw it. That's maximizing your practice. So when a quarterback gets sacked, and the whole defense know he's sacked, they give up on the play. But in our practices, in every practice in the NFL, you don't stop the play. The quarterback still makes the throw. But the sad part is, when they make the throw after the sack and it's complete, whether it's a big play or a small play, they clip that and give it to you. Oh, look at all the good plays. What a great practice. Do y'all not realize most of these plays were sacks? And Omar Kelly goes on Twitter and shows some of the plays. This was actually a sack. This wasn't a touchdown. It was a sack. Defense gave up on the play. Oh, y'all just hating. Y'all don't like to see. Man, y'all do me a favor. Stop being disappointed in the regular season. If this team does anything bad, don't be disappointed. Stop. Just stop being disappointed. Y'all have no right to be disappointed. You have no right to be disappointed. You don't want to believe people who got their eyes on what's going on. You don't want to believe them tell you what's actually happening. I don't care what nobody say. This offense was trash today, in my opinion. Yeah, there was a play here and there, but in a regular flow of an offense, I'm sorry, they're not getting anything done. There's no flow. Last year was 10 times more productive in practice. Matter of fact, last year's bad practices had more good plays than what we had this year, today. And what's weird to me, some of the most basic things, like you get a one-on-one where a receiver shakes the dirt off of a corner and gets 10-foot separation, and a quarterback throws it up, and the receiver got to slow down, but they catch it for a touchdown, and people go crazy like, oh my God, look at the dime. In one-on-ones with no safety help, and that's riding your perception of a great practice. Somebody said the snaps were limited with Tua, so it was kind of hard to judge. I'm down with that. I'll be honest with y'all. Let me put it like this. Tua probably had an 11 on 11s, about maybe 20 offensive snaps today. He had probably about 20 offensive snaps today. I would probably say about, and this is a guess, 8 of them were handoffs. The other 12, I would probably say 4 of those were sacks. The other 8, well, one of them he ran, and he would have gotten, it was a sack, so I ain't even gonna count that. It was a sack, but they finished the play, and he ran to the goal line and tried to do this spin move, and he would have been out. He would have been in protocol if that was a real game. So I'm not even gonna count that. It was a sack earlier, and he know he wouldn't do that in real life. What he did. So the other 8 were probably all passes. 2 of those were almost picked. The other 6, deep ball to Tyreek. 2 of them in the red zone, I remember. One in the flat on the right side in red zone work. And some other stuff. But I just don't understand this notion, oh my gosh, they were killing it in practice. Tyreek was killing it in practice. In 11 on 11s, Tyreek probably caught 2 or 3 balls. The deep one from Tua, one from Skyler that was a touchdown. It was a beautiful pass and good move by Tyreek to turn his body. And maybe another one somewhere else. Bro, I don't know. When I was watching Mike White and Tua throw the deep ball, Mike White ball don't wobble as much as Tua at all. Mike White pass the ball, be more of a spiral. Do you agree, TD? Mike White and Skylar Thompson's balls are clean, nice spirals. Tua's a little bit of a wobble, but that ain't nothing new though. TD, at the end of the day, that offensive line is still not fixed. It's will be problem again, in my opinion. They did okay, but Tua needs better talent. Yeah. This is the interesting thing. I don't want the offensive line to get an unfair shake today. They gave up some sacks, but they actually, I can't bring my mouth to say played well. What's right under that, but it wasn't bad. Like it was above. It was like the slightest above average. Actually, I don't know what word to use. It was the slightest above average. Not quite above average, but the slightest above average today. Because Tua had moments that he had a lot of time to throw the ball, but he was back there patting it. Like, there were times Tua was like, oh, that ain't there. Let me tell you one thing I noticed about Tua with this Fangio system. He's trying to go through his reads. Now, y'all need to understand something. I'm very excited about what's happening with Tua right now. He's failing at going through them progressions, but how else is he supposed to get better? How else he supposed to get better? He failing going through them reads versus Fangio's system. But how he supposed to get better? They are taking away his first read religiously. What's happening in the system is the guys, when they hike the ball, the four defenders, the two corners, there's two linebackers, they're staying put about 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. As the receivers run up to them, they're bumping them. Y'all familiar with this? They're bumping them, and then they're matching. And what's happening is right about the point where they bumping them, Tua usually has that first read, but it ain't there. It's not there. They bump him, and oh no, that ain't there. Let me look to the second. And then he just goes haywire. There was one play I was proud of him. Now, mind you, it was a touchdown, wide open. I was proud of him because he was patient, but he also recognized I got the cleanest pocket I could have today because it was clean. That O-line unit, they held everybody up. And it was red zone work, so it was a tight field, right? He went to the left. It ain't there. Went to the middle. It ain't there. Patience. He looked like he wanted to panic, but he didn't. And he looked to his right in the flat, hit the running back wide open. The whole defense was on that side of the field. Easy moonwalking touchdown. I was like, man, I'm proud of Tua. I like that. He went through three progressions, and you could tell where he looked like he was about to freak out going to the third, but he realized, ain't nobody around me. And he gave it to the running back for the easy touchdown. The thing Tua needs to learn is that even when people are around him, sometimes it's a clean pocket and he don't need to freak out. I'm telling you, on that play, you could tell after the second read, he was so ready to freak out. He went to the first. I'm telling y'all, it was just like this. He looked at the first, pump fake like, ooh, that ain't there. He looked to the middle. He was kind of shaking at that point. Looked to the middle. That ain't there. Right here, he's about to freak out, but then he realized nobody's around, and he settled and looked to the right. Oh, my running back over there. If he was surrounded by people, but it was still a clean pocket, he would have freaked out. He wouldn't have did that. He has to be able to trust the O-line, even though I know why you don't trust the O-line, because they ain't trustworthy. He either got to blindly trust them, or you're going to always have that freak out. And I can't sit here and say one way or another. I can't tell him what to do because I would freak out with that old line. Man, it's clean right now, but we know what time it is. And this is why I want Chris Greer to go get a real old line where he could be worry free. And if somebody get him, they get him, but it's rare occasions. Chris Greer need to go get another player or two that can give him that assurance, man. So I'm not knocking Tua. Don't make it out to be something negative. What I'm saying, if I was Tua, I get it. I wouldn't trust it either. But if we're gonna go down the path of recognizing you really can't trust it, y'all gotta understand what Tua's going through in practice right now. He is freaking out when read 1 and read 2 ain't there. He barely want to go to 2. But and that you could tell he kind of like fidgety at 2. So when 3 comes, it's like, and 2 stops a lot. He gives it, he sells it to you. He tells you. He'll be looking at 1, it ain't there. 2, he freaking out, it ain't there. Then he's like dancing in the pocket like, oh my gosh, am I in trouble? No, I ain't in trouble. Oh, but since I thought about being in trouble, now I'm in trouble. I shouldn't have never thought about being in trouble. That took me a second. And let me just finish the play. This is a sack play, but I'm still going to finish it. That's kind of what it is, but in a faster mode of what's happening. Because Fangio's defense is taking away that first read. And what I'm trying to tell y'all is this. McDaniel taught Tua last year how to pre-snap read. Look at the defense before the snap. Send the motion. You know what it is, man or zone. Okay, since it's zone on this play, you know who should be open. Since it's man on this play, you know who should be open or who your target needs to be. Easy, elementary. He taught him that last year and two excelled in it. Until we got there around week 13, all the teams did the same thing. They lied to him on the field. And that's what Fangio's system is. It's a lie. It's look at what we're in. Yeah, we're in cover two. That means your middle of the field crossers are going to be open. Come get this middle of the field crosser. And Tua's like, ooh, they're in cover two. I'm about to hit Tyreek coming across the middle. Hike, back to pass, throws across the middle. Oh, crap. David Long almost picked it off because it wasn't cover two. It was actually Tampa. But I didn't know that until post snap. Oh, crap, it wasn't cover two. It was actually cover four. Oh, crap, I didn't know that until post snap. Oh, it actually wasn't cover two. It was single high. Safety shifted over. They sent the corner blitz. Fangio's system is what you call a lie. What he shows you pre-snap ain't even close to what they about to run. And that requires post-snap reading. What you see pre-snap, you can't trust. You got to hike that ball in real time, go through progressions while identifying certain defensive indicators to tell you what coverage they're in. Now, here's the debate. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it can't do nothing but help Tua out. That's a lie. You don't know that, just like I don't know if it won't. All it can do is help Tua out. Yeah, it'll expose him to it, but we got to come to the realization you can either process fast enough pro snap or you can't. You can either process post snap fast enough or you can't. You can keep working on it and trying to get better. There's no guarantees that you will. But we all want to just automatically, oh, well, it's a good thing he is because this ain't going to do nothing but make him better in theory, but we don't know if that's going to be the outcome. These things take time. These things take time. We just automatically, I mean, everything is the benefit of the doubt. And I can say that as a fan, but again, as somebody who's trying to analyze it, you got to look at both ways. And please stop sending me videos saying you're wrong. Tua is one of the best post-snap readers in the NFL. Look at this video showing 4 plays where he's just excellent in it. I can make a video of every quarterback in the NFL giving an example of what some can perceive as a post-snap read, even if it ain't. I can make a video of every quarterback in the NFL that had at least 200 snaps where I can illustrate, look how good he is at processing this situation or whatever. Stop finding specific plays to make your point. Watch a full game of film. Watch the Chargers game. People who can process post-snap don't have an entire game where they don't get it right once. People that could freaking post-snap read defenses don't have whole games where they get it wrong 80% of the time. So please stop that. It's crazy to me, man. But on some good notes, y'all gonna be shocked about this, but you know who actually looked solid in practice today? In one-on-ones, they were trash. But in 11 on 11s, they were solid. Noah was solid. Noah Igbenogany was solid. In one-on-ones, he got toasted every time. But in Fangio's system, he back there doing his job. He back there doing his job. He ain't got many, his mano-a-mano situations. He back there doing his job in that zone. But that's the system. That's the system. Just be where you're supposed to be, and you're gonna make Tua go like that. Oh, that ain't open. But I like the fact that Tua did a whole bunch of pump faking today in some cases. Not pumping, like hesitation. Because most of the time he gonna throw it anyway, and maybe he's learning to not throw it anyway, because as of late, the last 3 days before today, you can see it in all the highlights. These guys are throwing the ball when, why did you even throw it? That's an excellent coverage. You're just putting it up, hoping your guy wins, when there may be a better option. Y'all go watch my training camp video today. It didn't happen many times, but there were about 3 to 4 times where Tua hesitated, but there was, in his reads, there were guys available. He hesitated and the window closed. You got to let it rip. But TD, what worried me is he held the ball too long in some situations. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Internally, that is freaking me out. I know it's practice, but he needs to practice right in that regard. He out there running that ball like he Lamar. Not running down the field, but playing around in the backfield. The play, I mean, you know this is a sack, but now you rolling out. You got 2 defenders chasing you, and then you get by the goal line and you trying to spin off of a linebacker where he would have literally had you face down in the dirt. And when you say, well, he ain't going to do that in the real situation, then practice it the right way. Because what evidence do we have that he ain't going to do it in a real situation? Johnny D in the building. He said, TD, see you in the line today with my daughter. You're a great dude. Fins up. Thanks again. Man, 100, Johnny. I appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for taking the pics with me, man. Yeah, it's practice. Okay, so what's your point? So our QB is a bum pretty much, or nah, I'm confused. No. See, Tua's never been a bum. I keep telling y'all that. He ain't never been no bum. Tua can make some nice passes, X, Y, and Z. He can operate the offense. The problem is, once again, there's no superpower that ever shows up. There's no superpower that ever shows up. I'm worried that we'll have a slower start this year than last year offensively. We don't know. We don't know. But I am worried about it. I am worried about it. How was Liam and Austin Jackson today? You know what, Dylan? I'd be lying if I told you. I really wouldn't hone in on them specifically to be able to give you an honest, fair assessment, bro. I'd be guessing, and that wouldn't be fair. It's a game of inches. We can't even QB sneak if needed. The run game hasn't done well. There's a few plays where you get a little breakout here and there. Cam Smith does look good. Kader Kohu is in the first unit. We already know who our starting defense is, FYI, ladies and gentlemen. We already know who the starting defense is. Exactly what I told y'all. 2 defensive end starters, Chubb and Phillips. Interior, Zeiler and Wilkins. Linebackers, you got Tyndall, Baker, And believe it or not, Kohu is the nickel and in that linebacker spot whenever they don't have a slot receiver. You have X on the boundary. Noah is the starting corner right now. And then you got Holland and Deshaun Elliott is the starting safeties. That's your starting defense. They already got it out there. They ain't making it no secret. Another thing, even on those deep passes that they have those highlights of, go watch the corners. Going through the motions. Go watch the corners. They going through the motions. And you know what? You can get mad at me all you want. You could call it a conspiracy theory all you want. I'm convinced now that for training camp, the first day, every day, the first play is a deep shot to the right. Every play, the first play is a deep shot to the right. Every time. The second or third unit started practice today, it was Mike White, deep shot on the first play. It's almost like, hey, let's get a fan something. And don't get me wrong, I ain't taking nothing away from it. Mike White, it was a nice throw and Waddle connection. Go watch the replays and look at the corner and the safety. Just like the Tua throw to Tyreek. Go look at the corner and the safety, their efforts. And on top of it, even the safety after he caught the ball, jogging and tapping them. And why is people calling Tyreek's deep ball a touchdown? Why they keep saying that? Why are they calling that a touchdown? What are they talking about? Why they keep saying that's a touchdown? Turn on the lights, turn on the light. Man, I ain't going to be long. I got like maybe 20 more minutes on the stream. But yeah, so let me give you the bright parts of today. The O-line without Armstead, I thought that they were slightly above average based off of their previous play. All right. They gave the quarterback some pocket at time. And when some plays you can see on the highlights where Tua's back there patting the ball and they're like, this would be a sack. There were plays they gave him some good time. Running game I wasn't very excited about, but we broke some. A-Chain, I could see his explosiveness, especially on one where he got around the edge for the touchdown and outran everybody to get to the pylon. Tight ends are not existent, but we did have one catch. Or the bootleg from Tua. That's that 2-yard pass where he ran it another 13 to the pylon. Again, Tua looked so amazing and phenomenal during the one-on-one sessions. Like, maybe only 2 bad throws out of 15. He looked real crisp. The ball was coming out his hand before the receiver could even go into their break. He was anticipating, spot, putting it in the spot. Receivers ain't even going they break and the ball on the way. Putting it in the spot. But it was good. It was clean. It was beautiful. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It was amazing. Mike White was strong today. See, no, he wouldn't. See, here's the thing. Mike White made some plays today. But just like Tua in those middle reps, these guys were bad. In that middle session of practice in 11 on 11s, there was 4 segments of 11 on 11, 2 red zones and 2 20 start from the 25 to go down the field, and Mike White threw that one to Waddle early. After that, it was a lot of bad throws and maybe made 1 or 2 later. Or they got sacked and didn't do anything. Pass rush today They didn't really send blitzes, but they were getting there at a lower clip, but they were still, fighting. The secondary's playing very well, man. Y'all don't get it. The secondary is actually playing very well. This is the part that sucks because they're trying to talk about how good the quarterbacks have been, but the secondary is locking them down. The secondary is making them quarterbacks hold that ball. That's why I don't understand the contradiction. Oh, our quarterback balled out today. This secondary ain't giving much opportunity to do nothing. I don't get where that conclusion comes from. And again, just go watch my live stream from earlier. I show you most of the plays. I'm talking about I got the camera on the field and you can see it. You ain't gotta argue with me. You can see it. People arguing with me about what other people said and how I'm wrong because they said otherwise. I have a camera that was looking at the field today for you to see. TD Omar Kelly saying Dolphins faking throws by speeding up videos. I get it. I get it though. Look at the Tua deep throw today. They play it right where he released it, so you don't see the pressure coming. And then, well, they kind of show you the very end. I don't know why they're saying it's a 75-yard touchdown. For two reasons, it's not a touchdown. Number one, Waddle ran out of bounds with his foot and started jogging himself. And number two, the corner stopped because he would have tackled him if it was real time, real speed. He just, okay, you got the catch going out of bounds. I'm done on the play. Another one, once again, the touchdown in the end zone from Tua to end practice. That was a sack by two different defenders, Jalen Phillips and somebody else. Play was over, but Tua kept running and threw it. So that's how you can doctor film. Plus with the slow down and speed ups. But that's what they're doing. If you get sacked, but you keep on playing and then you throw it and it's a touchdown, let's just get the touchdown part. People going to go crazy about it. And that's a shame they got to do stuff like that to find highlights in training camp. Nobody talk about that, are you? That's a shame they got to get those plays just to give the people some highlights in training camp. Plays that were sacks. And I don't know what this controversy is, but the play of the day a few days ago was Skylar Thompson's deep throw that was a beauty to Braxton Berrios, from what I was told. But they didn't show that. When nobody shows a backup, well, they showed Mike White's today. So that ain't right. Nobody wanted to show the interception that happened to highlight the defender. Well, I mean, why focus on the interception and try to make your quarterback look bad? Oh, but they can show you Herbert's and not even have blinked twice so they can give the player that made it big ups. We got to stop this mess. Who is this? We got a super chat from him. 72 Fins logo. What's up, man? TD, nice to meet you. Keep up the great work. Love you, bro. God bless you and your family. Nice to meet you too today. Man, I met a lot of people today. A lot of people who subscribed to the channel, man. We took a lot of pictures and everything. It was pretty dope, man. Some real cool people, too. Do you see this is what the NFL wants fans to do? Talk about their teams. They see dollar signs. Yeah. I get it. Don't get me wrong. If I was running a team, they not doing nothing wrong. They doing this business. But when it comes to analyzing what's going on and talk about football out here, people claiming that they know football and people are casuals and they don't know nothing. Them the same people out here reporting that Tyreek and Tua lit it up today and the offense was killing the defense. Like, that's casual. That's a casual take. That's a third hand take. Listening to what other people said and then telling the people. That's a casual third person take. They cooking the defense and they balled out today. Ain't nobody on that field unless they was on the defense balled out today. Tyreek caught some balls though. I give him credit for doing okay today. Anybody out here selling y'all on how great today was? It's casual. Don't believe me? I have it on film for you to just go look. People getting up, leaving out early. People leaving 30, 40 minutes early in droves. It's one thing for people, okay, I'm only coming for a part, I gotta go. But as soon as Tua almost threw them 2 picks and he got sacked on the next 2, soon as they flipped the field and they start running to the other side, a gang of people got up and were like, man, y'all ready to go? And got out of there. And this was the halfway point of practice. That ain't happened once last year. Not once last year. Because it started to, I'm telling y'all, it started to feel boring. It was nothing. After those first 2 deep balls, practice was boring. Nothing exciting happened. Nothing, not a, and y'all got to realize those deep balls were the first reps of 11 on 11. They had 4 segments of 11 on 11. Mike White and Tua's were the first set. After that, it was boring. Nothing exciting happened. But they lit it up today. Omar Pupar said offense was great today. They need to stop the cap. They were great in one-on-ones. A few 2-yard passes in goal line and maybe the receiver or something ran it in. Outside of that, man, they need to stop the cap. They need to stop the cap. I know that's what practice is all about. This ain't me saying it ain't about that. But I'm talking about these people out here trying to make it seem like it was more than what it was. The offense was great today. What did they do outside of them 2 deep balls? Oh, well, there was a nice pass. Floater over the top in the back of the end zone from Tua. I give you that. Skylar Thompson threw a nice one to Tyreek in the red zone. I give you that. What else? Oh, well, A-Chain ran one around the edge. Now we talk about maybe 80 plays today in 11 on 11s. And you ain't gonna name more than 10 to 15. And they lit it up. And they lit it up. The offense lit it up. Come on, man. And 80 would be an exaggeration. Let me give you the exact amount. 50. About 50 plays. About 50 plays. And honestly, you probably can't name more than 10. But they lit it up. About 50 plays, you probably can't name more than 10 successful ones that you're like, man, that was nice. And I'm telling you, I can name them. The little wheel route in the back of the end zone 2 or through. The fake handoff bootleg where he threw to the tight end for 2 yards. He ran to the pylon. That's 2 solid plays we talk about here. The pump fake getting it in the flats, that's just a little pump fake. That ain't no wow play. That's just 5 yard gain. Didn't even get in the end zone from the 10 yard line. The deep ball from Mike White, the deep ball from Tua, we gonna give credit for it. Um, Skyler threw a nice one over the middle in zone coverage once. Skyler threw the one to Tyreek for the touchdown. A-Chain ran one around the edge that was nice. Somebody else had a nice run that was a cutback. And that's about all I remember, those 8. But let's add 2 more. Maybe I forgot. 10 plays, and there were about 50. There were 50 of them ran in 11 on 11s. 10 plays out of 50. And I'll challenge anybody who was there or anybody to tell me add on from 10 plays and name them. Name them. So you can prove to me they were on fire and they were great, amazing today. See, do you notice McDaniel was showcasing Mike White as QB2, but Skyler is better? I think that's going to change by day, but we'll find out tomorrow. I think that'll be a very telling day. All right. C007, what's up, man? I was thinking about you the other day. I was just thinking about you the other day. I hope all is well, man. Hit me up. Hit me up. That's what's up. And I spoke to Vic earlier today, too. TD, is there offensive line left we could grab? Yep, there's always some. Skyler is looking like the true QB2. I mean, Mike White was decent today, though. He was decent today. Skyler actually didn't get as many reps, though, so I get what you're saying, but he actually made his reps count. I know he got sacked twice that I can remember, but he was making his reps count. Um, yeah, yeah. My bad. Let me read this super chat. Oh, I already read it. My bad. Are you in the supply closet? No, I'm actually at the house I grew up in when I was young. I'm from South Florida. I live in Central Florida now, but my family still lives down here, and I'm staying with my parents right now at the house that I was raised in. And this is one of the back rooms that I'm in. I'm in a recliner and stuff. It's like a back area room. They got a TV, like half kitchen and all that stuff. So I'm just sitting back here in a recliner with the AC going after the long day and said, let me go do my recap. So the sun's going down. So as you can see, I keep dimming the lights up, opening the blinds, but the sun going to be down soon. I'll open it up, see if we can get some light. But it's the doghouse. Is Noah making the roster? I think he does again. Again, this is guaranteed rookie money, man. I think. I gotta check it out. But yeah. Um, but yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow, y'all. 10 a.m. or 10:30, right around where practice start. Giving y'all the exclusive coverage again. We had 1,060 something people watching today. We added another 100 subscribers. Um, yeah, so it was pretty dope, man. So I'll be back at it tomorrow. Exclusive live coverage. Be there, be square. And if that camera on and I'm showing y'all, I ain't trying to hide nothing and write a fake narrative. I'm commentating it and y'all can see it. See these zoom into the cheerleaders tomorrow. I'm all right. Thoughts on the Cook situation? Time will tell. We're going to find out this week because he better get in camp or nobody going to want him at all. So time will tell. Thank everybody who hit money in the cash app. The Houston trip, I'm probably about 75% there, 70% there. I'm going to get to the 100%. But thanks to everybody who donated to the cash app. I did get your contributions. I'm greatly appreciative. So I've already booked most of the stuff for the trip. Now I just gotta give me a little room. I get the cheapest room, and everything I get is the cheapest. I ain't like I'm trying to live in luxury. I'm just trying to go get y'all that exclusive coverage and get on back. So if you want to donate to the training camp fund for the Texans joint practices in Houston, most of it is already done. But if you want to contribute to the last piece, hit the Cash App up, whatever you're willing to. And as a collective, we're getting it done. We're almost there, all right? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. But I'm about to get out of here, man. That's all I wanted to talk about. Kind of recap the day. This fallacy that it was just good by the office and all that. You know what? And they probably feel it was good compared to yesterday. But they got to be way better than what they were. It got boring. Two deep throws, and after that, it wasn't nothing to send home. After them two deep throws, we probably had one play over 10 yards as far as ball to the player. Everything else was a dink or dunk, and it's trying to get a guy to do something. And they barely did. Time will tell. Tomorrow, tune in. TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. How was Brandon Jones and Trill Williams? I ain't see them. I think they're on the sideline. They limited. They're not even really practicing like that. Herbert versus Tua debate over week 1. It still won't be over, no matter what the outcome is. But it'll be good for Tua to make a statement. Because nobody going to say it's over. It's like a sore loser. Like when you finally win, now you want to say it's over? But I beat you last time. You see what I mean? It ain't going to be over. But Tua better win or it is over. Tua better win so that they can still be debating about it. Tua got to win to even the score. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.